We're getting ready to watch the third movie, literally like 10 minutes after the second one. We're going in. Are you ready?
Oh.
Are you ready?
Oh.
Alex might not be able to stay during all of this movie, but you'll see. Let's go real quick. Nathan, what's your thoughts for this movie? What do you think's going to happen? What are you expecting from it?
They die.
I like fights and burning rings.
Do you think this will be the most action out of all the three movies?
I mean, I assume so, because I feel like everyone is going to converge in Mordor now.
Right. Grand finale.
Yeah.
Why-
Anything you want to
Why is he
specifically see
wrong?
from this? Just the fight scenes?
I'm just trying to see a big fight, man. I
Big
just
fight.
want to see some action, man.
Cool heat action, man.
You forgot to
Do you
say
think
more
this will
than
be
you said
your favorite movie of the three?
I really don't know yet.
Because right now it's the second one for you.
I really like the big fight in Helm's Keep.
Helm's Keep?
Helm's Keep?
Holy.
Helm's Deep.
You know,
That's the
Helm
King's Keep.
Hammerhand built that for you to just say the wrong thing.
Cool.
So
My one prediction.
The epilogue. Frodo comes home, makes love to Sam for 3 days and 3 nights at the end.
why three specifically?
Isn't that like a Jesus thing in the resurrection? You went from hating Frodo to worshiping him like a.
Dating,
No. I just want Sam to get some. It's time, bro.
Because he's the main character.
which apparently Tolkien said.
He said so.
It's true.
My
Best Gollum impression, Daniel, go.
My precious. Yes.
Did you zoom into me while you were saying that?
Yeah. This is totally from Brennan's voice.
Here, you just say it and I'll act it out.
Okay.
Master said so. Master said so, yes. The precious. The precious, yes. Yes.
You're like the most monotone blank person.
You were like pressing like the ring finger. I thought you were like writing shit down on your head.
All right, Nathan, your impression, go.
My precious. I
hell no.
Brandon, show him how it's done. Show him how it's done, Brandon. You got a fully method act. He's getting into character.
Do you need to go and see if you can have more time?
You gotta crouch down. You really gotta dig deep. You gotta find your inner Gollum that I don't have.
I was going to do
Actually, that was a fire impression. That was actually pretty good.
That was actually pretty good.
I think the method acting really helped, but that was a really good impression.
All right, Alex, hit us with your impression.
I've set the bar very low. You got this.
My precious. My precious. Master Frodo would never hurt us.
So he spent
Not bad,
500
not bad.
years in that cave smoking cigarettes. Clearly.
So
What else is he gonna do down there?
Okay, let's go. I'm tired. of this.
Guys, look at the movie
I'm
theater.
bored. I'm going.
wait, do you have subtitles on? Subtitles on? We need subtitles. All right, we're gonna cut to when we finish the movie. Right. Hang on. Right now. We just finished the final movie. Nathan, you have strong opinions. Go ahead.
Two Towers was better, much better, but that's partially because I just despise Frodo, and I like that Two Towers was much more focused on Aragorn and the kingdoms of Rohan and Gondor and how they were going to deal with Sauron and Saruman's forces and all of that. I like the fights of Return of the King, and the like setup for them fighting, or like the fight at Gondor, but I don't know. I just kind of like Two Towers more. This was pretty good, though.
What would you give this movie out of 10? First one you gave a 7. Second one you gave a 10.
I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5. So just in between the first and the second one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Was this a satisfying conclusion to the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Aside from the fact that Frodo literally didn't do a damn thing, and it was actually Gollum who succeeded in destroying the ring because he kind of emoted off the cliff.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Well, hang on.
That's my only gripe about the conclusion.
That was such an early shout. You said that in the Two Towers. Yo, what if Gollum gets the ring, emotes, and then dies?
I said he emotes, he says "my precious" 3 times, and then dies, and credits roll.
Nathan did say that during the second movie. Okay, so closing thoughts. Overall, would you recommend the Lord of the Rings series to anyone else? Would you say, like, yeah, you should watch this?
I'd recommend it to anyone who is a enjoyer of the fantasy genre. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, so you gave the first movie a 7, the second one a 10, this one a 8.5?
Yeah.
What would you rate the just overall, the Lord of the Rings trilogy just as a whole? What would you give it?
Let's say 9.
9?
9.5. somewhere around
Okay,
there.
and you would recommend it?
Yeah.
Cool. Is your favorite character, has it changed at all?
No, it's still Aragorn.
Still
Aragorn's my
Aragorn?
goat.
Cool. Least favorite character? I know
Fuck outta
damn
here,
well
Frodo.
hasn't
He's
changed.
fucking fraud, bro. Bring Barrett and nothing else.
I don't think I even have to ask you, Brandon. This is a 10 out of 10 for you.
Of course.
Favorite
I
character?
don't know how to floss. It's definitely Sam, but that's like
That's so true.
it's basic, but it's correct, I think. But like Faramir might just be my second favorite character.
Sheesh.
I love
Okay.
him.
All right. First movie.
Can you
I
do that
gave-
spin again? I didn't get a good one. Okay.
Okay. First movie I gave a 6. Second movie I gave a 7. This movie I give a solid 9. It's the best out of all 3 of them, consistency wise. I still think the first half of the first movie clears like everything. I just think that was the best out of everything. But this one not only has a good half, but like a really good end. The end is as strong as the first half of the first movie, if that makes sense. So even though the beginning of this movie wasn't as good as the first movie's beginning, overall the ending kind of like closed it for me as being the best.
I kind of loved the beginning of this movie. I didn't realize I loved it so much.
The fact it begins with spoilers, by the way, if you couldn't tell. The fact it begins with Solomon like dying. That's when I knew, like, damn, they pulling punches. This is gonna be good.
About that.
What? Is Solomon still alive?
Saruman does not die there
When does he die?
in the last chapter.
How does he die? Does he have like a one last attack? Like suicide attack?
So basically, right?
Okay.
Uh,
You're getting me and Nathan both in this for reactions because I have a feeling this is gonna be bad.
How does he die in the epilogue?
guys, remember when Frodo sees the vision with Galadriel? The Shire is burning. The hobbits are enslaved. Okay, so in the final chapter, Saruman goes to the Shire and he starts to destroy everything there out of vengeance and like pettiness.
But how does he survive falling off on the spike?
He doesn't fall off there. He stays in the tower and the Ents just feel bad and he slips away.
Oh, so
He
that's
sneaks.
like a movie thing.
His staff is still broken, so the only power he has left is his voice, and he uses that to enslave the Shire and basically destroy it.
Okay, so then what?
And then in the final chapter called The Scouring of the Shire, our 4 heroes, with all they learned, they go back and they restore the Shire to its former glory.
What about Saruman?
Grima stabs him in the back.
So is this
You
just
know-
the only change the movie makes is instead of dying way later in the part they cut out?
They
just
didn't
say-
want there to be this second villain that doesn't involve anything until the very
I'm kind of
end.
glad the movie did that.
It makes
because
sense.
If the movie ended with that, I would have been like, bro, like, just go with the happy ending.
But even worse, the Saruman death scene is not in the theatrical release.
What the fuck happens then? You just don't see it?
You just don't see it.
Bro,
crazy.
that's okay. Okay, whatever.
So there's your sit down about one of the removed chapters of The Lord of the Rings.
Okay. My line of thought, I forget what I was saying. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you said you love Saruman dying.
It was a really good, strong opener. It wasn't as good as the opening, again, to the first Lord of the Rings, but it was a really strong contender. It was a very satisfying conclusion. I felt There was times where it would fade to black, and I was like, I swear to God, they better not end it here. Because
I
it was
honestly
so
don't
lame.
remember any of those fades to blacks. I think it
The
is just
fades-
the discs changing
like-
because it's fucking crazy. I'm
The,
like,
like
what?
really long one where they're like on the mountain and there's the lava pouring down and they like kind of pass out.
Yeah, I know. And I was
that
like, isn't it going to end with fucking Frodo and Sam dying, and then like that's it? Like you get no closure.
Yeah,
I was
So I'm
like,
glad they didn't.
shit, cinema, the fraud is dead. Let's go.
Let's
But, yeah, I don't
address
know.
the elephant in the room.
The Olifant in the room, if you will.
Elephant in the room.
Ollie.
Frodo. I mentioned in the last one, I was really excited to see more Frodo and Sam
You
because
saw a fuck ton.
because I wanted. That's true, and I am happy because I did like all the scenes for the most part. I was engaged, but Frodo's a fraud, and this is the part where that got me most pissed off. During the movie, he finally gets to that little ledge thing, right? It's a parallel to the first movie, how the king is about to drop it, and there's, the side person saying, "What are you waiting for? Do it." And I was like,
Elrond?
yeah, I forget the names. But whatever, he's about to drop it in. And I'm like, cool, you know what? Frodo hasn't done a single thing all this movie. Like, he's carrying the burden, and he volunteered tribute to carry the burden. I give props to that. Respect is due. But throughout the first movie, the second movie, that's his feat. That's the biggest feat on paper that he's done. Carrying the ring for so long, right?
What about Gollum? He held it for like 500
That's
something.
true.
He's pretty beast mode.
He's kind of not mentally there.
I mean, he still did the job.
No, he's animal style.
That's true. So here's the thing. Pippin and Merry, I'm very satisfied with where their characters went. You compare the first movie to the end movie, you can tell they went through like character development and stuff. They're not the same people. Same thing with Sam. Like the ending scene of Sam getting the girl he had a crush on, asking her out, like he has like the courage now and he's brave. Because the first movie showed him too scared to ask her out. And then, all comes full circle into the movie, he asks her out. So Pippin, Merry, Sam, all of them have very obvious character development through the movies. You can tell they went through a lot, and they're not the same person. All three of the Hobbits did. Now, Frodo. I was basically waiting the entire second movie for him to, go through this arc. It didn't. I was like, cool, they must be saving it for the third movie. And, he's finally at the ledge. He's about to drop the ring in. And I'm like, cool, is this, like, they already planned they're not going to be going back. They basically think this is a suicide mission. Is Frodo going to, like, jump in with it or something? Because he's getting tempted by it, which I expect. I like that. I like he's getting tempted by it. But I thought maybe he would turn back to Sam and be like, I'm sorry, Sam, but, like, I have to. Before, like, it takes control over me or something. And I would have been like, you know what, if Frodo goes out with a suicide, basically, to make sure the ring is dead, like his one job, I'd be like, mad respect to you. You were carried by everyone, all three movies so far, but if you do that, whatever. You got the one job you're supposed to do done. Like, you're good. I'll respect you. No, what's this motherfucker do? He turns around and says, it's my ring now. And I'm like, bro, 18 years you carried this fucking ring. You're like, oh, the burden. And then you finally get there and you're like, JK.
No, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Like, what the fuck? And here comes fucking Smeagol, who jumps on his ass because obviously Sam is distraught. I don't believe he would have had the heart to stop Frodo and like push him off the cliff. I think he would have just like how in the beginning of the first movie, how the parallel to the other two people. Because even then I was thinking, like, why didn't the other person just push that guy off? Even if he was invisible, it's a very narrow thing.
Yeah, let me just murder the king of Middle-earth.
Oh, at that point, he's not the king. Like,
Yeah.
he technically is the king, but he's a different person now. The ring took over him. So I don't think Sam would have had the heart to do it. But, hey, here comes Deus Ex Machina. Point is, Smeagol comes in, takes the ring. So now he's, like, emoting. I got the ring, I got the ring. Frodo is now not cuckoo crazy from the ring. Now Frodo's like, you fucking bitch. And he doesn't even push him off, right? He tries to, but what ends up happening is Smeagol just falls off on his own. And Frodo falls too. And then I got mad because I was like, I swear if Frodo also dies from this, like that's the most lame ass kill ever. Like that, there's no coming back from that. He's a fraud.
As a resident hater, I would have loved it if he just fell.
The amount
off.
of
That would have been
times
so
that they
great.
faked Frodo's like death, because then after that, like it shows him hanging on the ledge, and then Sam was like, grab my hand," and Frodo, like, you know, slips. He's looking up with those eyes as if he's going to sacrifice himself.
Can we
And
talk about how awesome Elijah Wood's eyes are, though?
Elijah Wood's got some nice eyes.
He's got
Elijah Wood is a really good Frodo. I'll
He's
give
got
him that.
such
That was
good
really,
eyes.
The casting for Lord of the Rings is super good. 10 out of 10. But whatever, he's hanging from the cliff, and boom, you think again, he's going to just be like, I have to, Sam. And then boom. That would have been, again, a garbage ending. Obviously glad they didn't do that. But finally he grabs up, and now it's a Sam and Frodo together, and they're chilling. But like, he didn't do anything. In the end, the one that got the ring into the lava and like ended it was Smeagol, which is a callback to the first movie when Frodo or Sam, I forget who it was. I think it was Frodo who was the one saying we should kill Smeagol or Gollum.
Yeah,
and then Gandalf was like, no, you never know, like who like it might save in the future or something like that. Like, who are you to dictate who lives and dies or whatever? Well, it's a good thing that you didn't fucking kill him, because otherwise Frodo would have put on the ring and dipped, and he would have been the most lame-ass character. But basically 19 years, 9 hours of watching this movie, Frodo had one job, right? And I expected there to be at least some temptation, because it wouldn't be interesting if you just walked over the cliff and said, you know, easy peasy like that. But I expected there to be some confrontation. But nah, this bitch just straight up, if it wasn't for Smeagol just coming out of nowhere, because he's a tier 3 hater, like they would have been fucked. They straight up lucked out. That was not like determination or will or anything on his character's part. He straight up, he lucked out. Like, if Smeagol wasn't there, they're fucked. Because again, I don't think Sam would have had the heart in him to, you know, kill him, basically. Either that or Sam would have like yoinked the ring from him, and then he would have like kamikazed off, and then Frodo would be left like, oh shit, fuck, shit, fuck, fuck, shit. So basically the only change Frodo went through is that he's more adventurous now, which I like that, because obviously Bilbo was my favorite character. I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Would I recommend Lord of the Rings to anyone else? Yeah. I would preface it with saying, like, I don't think this is the best series ever of all time or anything. Can I see why some people would? Yeah. Especially for the time it came out, there's nothing else like this. This had a major influence on cinema. The books had major influence just in general for everything. So I can see how it was such a big impact and why people see it as like the best, you know, movie cinematic experience ever. But do I consider it that? No. I think it's a really good experience. Overall, I'd give it like, as the series as a whole, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10, like above average. It's like, you know, it's good. Like, if I were to rewatch it, it definitely wouldn't be like all 3 at a time. It'd most likely be the third one and the first half of the first one. The second one's just kind of there for me.
I think you'd like the second half of the first one more. There are 3 like really amazing scenes that happen there. There's the You Shall Not Pass, there's the Galadriel scene, and there's Boromir's death.
Which honestly, this is what I say to that. I think me being tired during the second half of the first movie was a fluke. Because during the entirety, 8 hours of watching these 2 movies, I wasn't tired at all. I really do feel like the second half of the movie was just a fluke of us watching it really late at night. And I think I was tired the night beforehand because I got like no sleep. So I think that was a factor. I'm sure if I rewatched the first movie, I'd probably like the second half more. Because I was able to watch through the second and third one back to back. I wasn't tired at all. I was engaged the whole time. Again, we had subtitles on though. Shout outs to subtitles. Because they carried. Sam, though. Whoo! Sam shot up. Bilbo's still my favorite character, but Sam's a solid number 2. Literally every time Frodo was in trouble, I was like, Sam, come on. And then boom, throws a rock, starts stabbing people. And I'm like, alright, come on. Yeah, good job, Sam. Sam, Frodo's in trouble again. Can we help him out? And here comes Sam. Boom, boom. Again, Frodo was mad carried. He, like, what was the amount of times that he almost died in the first and second movie? Like, what number did we get to? 4 or 5?
I think 5.
Like 5 times. And then, not only that, he, during the end of this movie, not only does he almost die 5 times, he's being carried by everyone around him, almost causing them to die. Again, at the end of the movie, he can't even do the one job. So I don't think that was satisfying. But, I mean, I'm kind of just beating a dead horse with a stick at this point. That's really my main gripe with the Lord of the Rings trilogy is Frodo as a character. Beyond that, it's a pretty solid series. So, yeah, basically, Lord of the Rings, solid 8 out of 10. I would recommend it to people. I don't think it's the best thing ever, but I do think it's pretty solid. So any last closing thoughts?
I'll just let you live your truth.
What does that mean? Can we zoom in on the sleep now caption? This is what you should do now, chat. Hit the like button, subscribe. Did you know that when I say the button subscribe, when I say the word subscribe, it like glows or something? Like the like button. Subscribe, like button. Subscribe, like button. Hit it, Nathan. Say the word subscribe and like button. Make that glow. Like button. Subscribe. Thank you, Nathan. Brandon, hit it. Like button. Subscribe. Thank you, Brandon. All right, viewers,
Hit it,
your
Alex.
time. Make sure to leave some comments down below. Hit that like button. And whatever you do, don't be a Frodo. Be a Sam at the end of the day.
That's very inspirational, actually.
Thank you. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's get into it now.